You're most welcome.
Thank you very much. So once again, welcome to this session. It's my birthday. I thought on this day I'll do a little more for the society. New idea to me. About 6 weeks, perhaps 6 weeks ago, I got associated with this program or with this idea. I liked it. I am committed to this. Main speaker today is Anshav, who is running this program. And I'll immediately hand over to him, requesting him first introduce himself, and then floor is yours. Anshav, we need to finish in 1 hour. So last 15 minutes for questions. People may have questions. What my request is to those who are attending, please listen to him carefully and then tear us apart, please. Raise as many questions as you have in mind. Any mistakes, any flaws in idea or approach, that will help us to refine, and then we'll be happy to come back to you once again, the refined approach. If any improvements possible, we are open and we'll be happy to do those. So once again, thank you very much for logging in. Anshav, to you, if you want to use slides, you are co-host, you can share your screen also.
Sure. Thanks, Daman. I'm practically more of an impromptu person, and it's been my pleasure to be here on your birthday. So I would want to first of all wish you again a very, very happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
And a long, happy, and healthy and wealthy life. I always talk about long and happy and healthy is the most important part in today's time.
Thank you very much.
Once you have a good health, I think the wealth will come automatically around that. We need to be there to sustain this entire project, not only just project into first of all our family, then to our locality, and then the nation, has to come along with that. So thank you so much for the opportunity to, to share, to invite me first of all on your birthday and sharing this with a larger set of audience. And really appreciate your efforts as well as commitment towards the initiative, which we call it as Vision 2020-2030, to transform 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses, and 100 unicorns with an investment fund of $1 billion. Focusing on 3 E's: education, employment, and entrepreneurship. Eventually, we are looking at transforming India as a self-sustainable $5 trillion economy with zero unemployment in the country. So that's the wider dream which we are looking at. I myself, you would have seen on my back as well, I myself have committed $100,000 or 75 lakh rupees to fund the startups and small businesses. And eventually I will be creating 10,000 jobs with that investment in the next 3 to 5 years. That's one of the commitments which I have taken as an investor from my side. I have, other commitments as an entrepreneur. I have commitments as a mentor, which I'm working upon. But the whole idea would be to focus on working towards achieving this dream of Vision 2020-2030 to transform 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses, and 100 unicorns. Now, Vision 2020-2030 is a global dream. We at Bringle Global, currently established at UK and India. We have partners in multiple countries today. So we have a partner in Africa, we have a partner in Australia, we have a partner in UK, we have a partner in France, Germany, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Dubai. And these people are working at their own capacities and building up the communities and supporting the ecosystem out there. With some of the countries like Australia and UK, we are working with the governments as well, so that we can develop a further ecosystem around that within that particular country and eventually build their more self-sustainable economy. Some of them are already self-sustainable economies, but they're looking for more IT inclusions, including bringing in support to their various different set of population. And I'll talk about that, what are those populations all around, which we are going to focus with our 3 E's concept, bringing excellence in 3 E's. So before that, I think I would want to share a little bit about myself and be ready for a little long introduction, because it's been I always call it as 18 plus years of a corporate experience and 7 years into 365 days of experience coming into entrepreneurship, and last 3 years into an investment experience. So it's pretty much thousands of years of experience which I have gotten at this point in time. But yeah, the whole focus is the life. My name is Anshav Jain. Born and brought up at Delhi, then traveled to various cities in India itself and globally as well. Wherein I have, now currently based out of Mumbai, based for the last almost 14, 15 years. Professionally, I am a business development, business strategy, business process engineering, and digital transformation expert with 18 plus of years of experience. Have held hundreds of global MNCs and brands to generate revenues and work on cost optimization, giving them more than $100 million plus of hard savings to them. And this is where my role was there. I was one of the youngest vice president at the age of just 34 years and had 16 times growth in just 11 years. Before I went into a situation where I had to, I lost my job. And this loss, because of the recession, the company wasn't able to survive. And I, coming onto the top bracket of the organization, I was the one who was kind of laid out the first. It was not easy. It was not easy time for me. I still remember how I sold off my gold and investments and savings, which I have kept it for my daughter, and wanted to create some impact on the society, wanted to understand and see that what we can build it up, which is something of our own, something which I can say that, yes, this is my baby. This is something which we have created as a baby into the ecosystem, and how we could help a lot of people like me who are probably losing their jobs or trying to venture out into the entrepreneurship ecosystem. When I started my journey in 2013, there was nobody to support startup ecosystem. There was nobody to mentor. There were very few people who used to know the terminology called startup, what is an idea, how to validate an idea, how to build a company, how to create your own logos, how to create doing the marketing around that, what kind of sales aspects which you could build, what are the kind of operational excellence you can bring in, and how you will raise funds for your organization. It was a very, very tough journey. But I had got, I eventually had set up 7 businesses. I would say I've actually tried 21 plus businesses or ideas in the last 21 plus years, had lost 7 plus businesses in last 7 years, and more than $300,000 of my personal investments of money, before realizing that there are 4 areas, 7 pillars, and 105 factors which can make or break your business. And that's where I started this methodology. I drafted this methodology. I was, in the last 2 years, which I call it as Design Your Unicorn, where we help solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and business owners to sustain, adapt, and scale up their ventures, right from an idea to a unicorn in a 3 to 5 years time. The whole idea here is to make them investable so that they can raise funds, they can make a good valuation of their companies, eventually make a business more sustainable so that it can go in for a long period of time, and eventually make it as a profitable unicorn, a $1 billion revenue model, recurring income business model, but it has to be a profitable venture. So it has to be given benefit for the country, for the customers, for the stakeholders, for the investors, for the entrepreneurs, everybody in that program. Now, early 2020s, we had crafted out this vision that how do we kind of cater to the larger target segment of the country, and eventually we could support the entire India as a community, India as a country, and make it as a, we are currently holding the 3rd largest startup ecosystem, but how we could become the 2nd largest or the 1st largest into that. We have seen the American dream coming live, and we wanted to bring Indian dream coming live right now. That was a mission which we started off in 2020, had initiated a web series, a live web series of something called 21 Days Business Sustainability Challenge, which was attended by 5,000 plus live entrepreneurs. And it was broadcasted into 70 plus countries We had a media company who has given us an access to 200 million plus viewers in 140 plus countries. We were featured by, we used to call that as Pulse of Wisdom. So Pulse of Wisdom of these 80 plus speakers from 30 plus countries, who has generated around 400 plus Pulse of Wisdom and 35 to 40 hours of content, which was published in, which was kind of aired in Radio Masti 24/7 Singapore and Red FM, Bangalore out there. So that's how the coverage we have gotten at last year. We wanted to really drive this out and support the entire economy. And because we primarily is an edtech company where we were working on transforming education into an experiential learning platform. And we had developed a community of 50,000 plus experts on our platform in the last 3 to 4 years time. So we wanted to leverage everything and bring it together and see how we can transform this entire concept, aspect of entrepreneurship, education, and employment into a more a mission, or something we call it as a financial freedom movement. That's what we launched it on 75th India Independence Day on 15th August 2021. And that's where we crafted out this entire strategy, and wherein we are looking at 3 major areas. And we always believe in a power of 3. So you'll find most of our things focusing about, into those 3 areas into that. So you'll find excellence in education, employment, and entrepreneurship. Now, what are these 3 areas? So for the education part of it, we wanted to make sure that our children, who are going to be the future of the country in the next 10, 20, 30 years period of time, we want to make them future ready. See, every country knows, everybody knows, especially after COVID, the technology has taken up really, really well. It has scaled up very well. Robots are coming, AI is coming, there are different blockchain technologies are coming, which eventually are going to change the roles, job roles, which, on the skill set which individuals are going to perform. So the current education system, especially in India, is way too old, 100, 200 plus years old education system. What we are teaching to our children is only that academics, which we all of us know today is not even used 10% of it, in our regular day-to-day career or profession. And that's where we struggle a lot. I struggled a lot. When I started off, I didn't know where I want to do. I have actually wasted my 2 years just to try it out for a medical career. Then I jumped into engineering. I completed my engineering. I went into a business development job. I tried engineering back. By that time, then I realized that it's not my cup of tea. I came back to the marketing role, and then eventually went into a operational excellence role. So the point, and now I'm running my own organization and working towards an entrepreneurship. Now the whole point is in this, my own journey is, if somebody would have come in very early in my age and told me, Anshul, you're very good as a self-starter. You are a self-motivated person. You have a more, the way you learn is you want to do things on your own and get the things done. You want things, everything on a control. I'm a little perfectionist out there. So I take a lot of time trying to control that aspect. But yeah, it's a personality. The point here is that if somebody would have told me that what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses as well, that you should probably, one should be looking at, what are the other team building aspects? What are the kind of sales aspects you could develop? Or there are other skill sets you can pick it up for your personality. And then this is the particular career which you could be looking at in the future. And that person should have the futuristic view. Then probably I would not have wasted my 18 years. I would say, I always call it as like 20 years of education and 18 plus years of experience. So it's like almost 38 years or 35 to 38 years, we have worked on something where I even didn't know what to do. And that's where we are focusing with our signature program called MBA for Kids. Now, MBA is not the Masters in Business Administration. It is called as Masters Beyond Academics. Why you have to be focusing on 80% on beyond academics curriculum or aspects of it. And now what are those? Apart from an intellectual question, there are other questions which are very, very important. And I think everybody would be aware about Robert Kiyosaki. So if Robert Kiyosaki always talks about financial question. Now, anybody right from a child, whether you are an 8-year-old child or a 10-year-old or maybe a 20-year-old youth or a 50-year-old, maybe getting into a retirement, you still have to have that financial quotient with you. Because as per the cash flow quadrant, whether you're an employee, self-employed, employed, or a businessman, a business owner, or an investor, your financial quotient has to be strong. So our 97% of businesses which fails today is because their cash flow understanding, that skill is completely missing. And that is where the one aspect we definitely built up into our children through MBA for Kids program. The second the second kind of question which we work with them is called as creative question. There are so many creative kids out there. They want to do something different. They want to innovate. I have seen 8-year-old child having 2 books already published and he's publishing his 3rd book. I have seen a 6-year-old having a patent in his name.
Wow.
I have a 10-year-old, girl who is running her YouTube channel and making, trying to lead the entire world, the youngsters, and creating an impact on the society by developing entrepreneurship in the young minds. So we have such a unique talent. I have got trained from my own 10 years old daughter on Canva. She has learned Canva much better than what I could understand that. On her own, she writes blogs so nicely.
Wow.
She corrects me on my language skills, my communication. Okay, Papa, why don't you talk like this? Why don't you, this is not the right language or not the right sentence. So the point is there's so many creative children out there which needs to be their creativity needs to be enhanced. Now it is not about which career they want to go. The creativity has to be there in every field. Whether you are in engineering, whether you are in medical, whether you are in a normal graduate, like a commerce graduate or an arts graduate or anything for that matter, you will have to have creativity with you. The third aspect which we focus upon is called as emotional quotient. In this today's world, one of the biggest challenge which our children are facing is the emotional connect. Especially after COVID, I am not sure how many of you have realized this, but our children are getting agitated.
Yes.
They're actually going to different websites or applications or games only to pass that time which they were actually going outside and focusing on, playing on the ground or meeting with their friends and things like that.
Right.
Now that's totally gone. When they're connecting with the teacher online, they complain that my teacher will put me on mute and I can't ask my question. How do I reach out to my teacher? The teachers are also not very aware about how to connect with the students over an online mode. They're still struggling with the technology.
Yeah.
Now, all of those issues are belonging to, it's creating another rift. And I have got case studies on that, wherein a girl of 10 years, girl who is in 10th standard, she has been very pally and good, looks like a good friend with her mother. And they've been coming together in one of our MBA for Kids center. We call it a skills development center. And while talking to her on one-on-one with the counselor, she actually started crying. And she said, I hate my mother.
Oh.
And that kind of triggered the entire thing for us, that why do you hate your mother? And you look so pally, so friendly with your mother. You share almost everything, but she says, I hate my mother. And when we asked her, why do you hate? And of course, there are multiple reasons around that. The point here is that we as a parent are trying to do best for our children, but actually we are not able to, because we don't understand the emotional requirements of the current generation. The children, we are busy. We are all busy. We don't have time for our children. Morning, they start with their schools. They go with some of their activities. We have all our meetings sitting online in Zoom, till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10, 11, 12 p.m. at times, even on weekends and most of the times. And there is an emotional question which is getting missed out. Now, if you are having a siblings, it is still okay to some extent. But if you have a single child, then the problem becomes all the more severe. So the emotional quotient development within these children is very, very important. Because in future, they are going to replicate the same what their parents have done. They are going to build up the similar emotional quotient for themselves. So that is why the third aspect is going to be very, very important. The fourth aspect, which we always focus upon, is called mindfulness quotient. Mindfulness quotient is basically about working on making their mental stability and focusing on their health. So it is nothing to do with, spirituality or a religion or things like that, but it is more to do with your mental health perspective. So one is your heart. So the idea here is, if your heart, mind and soul and body, if all these four aspects are good, you will be able to do it much better. That's where we kind of focus upon everything in this Masters Beyond Academics module. We do support them with their career counseling, skills profiling, supporting them for various career options, supporting them on academics. If somebody wants to do interior designing, if somebody wants to go on entrepreneurship, somebody wants to, talk about becoming a doctor or an engineer. But the idea here is, what do they really want to become? And what are their strengths? If their strengths and what they want to become does not match, they will struggle. It's like asking a fish to climb a tree and say you are not doing good.
Yeah.
So the aspect is, we should first of all know whether my child is good in which field. What strengths does he have? What are the kind of learning behaviors that child has? Does he learn by writing things? Does he learn by listening or visualizing? Does he or she learns by doing things? And you'll figure that out. There are simple tests available, which we do with them to identify their core strengths, their interest, and their learning behaviors, basis on which the entire modules have been created. The content has been created accordingly. And that's where this entire program is there. Now, why we focus on this so much is because 52% of any country's population are children. It's in India, for sure. And I'm sure if you talk about, we have 50 to 70%, 50 to 70 crores, or I would say the 500 to 700 million people are children, and they are the future of the country, any country. So we have to focus. Why we hashtag MBA for kids.
Ashraf, sorry, interruption. We are getting break in your communication after last 1 minute or so.
Is it okay now?
Connection.
Is it okay?
It's breaking in between.
Okay. I'll just be a little slow so that it just takes care of the bandwidth probably. Okay. Now that is the education part of it. The second aspect, which is very, very important, is about youth. Youth is also 18 to 20% of population. In India itself, it is 229 million youth currently looking for jobs. Unfortunately, India creates only 1% of new jobs with respect to the new graduates who are coming into the ecosystem for employment. And that's a big problem. On the other hand, corporates or the businesses are struggling to get right set of employable candidates. They spend tons of money just to train them, upskill them, and making them corporate ready. By the time they become corporate ready in, let's say, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, they leave their job and go to some other organization for a small increment in the salary.
Big challenge.
And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. But the point is, organizations are struggling, and that is why they're not picking up these candidates. They're not picking up these graduates. They are going to more experienced ones because they feel that the commitment towards the job is missing. They're not employable. So that is one of the initiative which we have started off, making employability index of these youth. We are currently working with 500 plus colleges, around 5 to 10 universities whom we are working with, and providing these employability skills absolutely free. We have a target to train 1 million plus students in the next coming 1 or 2 years, improve get them still the problem.
Again, yes. Break in communication. Maybe the connectivity is a challenge.
Okay. Let me join it from the mobile as well. Maybe I'll use the audio of that. Okay, so I think in between, I would want Sharmila to just kind of come in, if she can just talk about a little bit on the aspect of inclusion and accessibility. What is the important or initiative is going 15%.
Anshaf, your voice is breaking a lot now.
Is it okay now, Daman?
This sentence was good, yes.
Okay, great.
Better
So
than
Sharmila, please go ahead. I want you to talk about inclusion and accessibility a bit, and then I'll take it up to the entrepreneurship.
And if you
Yeah.
want to share any
Okay.
slides, I've made you co-host also.
no, Raman, I am on my phone right
Okay.
now, so
Okay.
I will not be able to handle the slides.
No challenge, no challenge. Continue, please.
So I am Sharmila Divetia, and I and Anshaf both work together and are looking to build a better country and a better society. So in that perspective, I work in the disability area, very specifically in inclusion and accessibility. Access to all infrastructure, access to digital content, access to the entire life that we lead is not available to everyone, especially so with persons with disability. And when you look at the marginalized section, it's a huge population. We are looking at 15% of the population to be disabled in some manner or the other, physically, mentally, aged,
Right.
across the spectrum.
Mhm.
We are looking at 15% of the population. And in the coming years, as we grow technically, we need to see that all of us are equally enabled. So I work very specifically for inclusion and access to services to products to life. Now, I am also in the time that we look at persons with disability and elderly, we will want to have certain care, certain facilities to be enabled for them to work for them in the society. I am working to build an inclusive society in that respect. And yes, thank you so much, Aisha.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
Uh,
Sharmila. We
I-
appreciate this very
Yeah.
much.
The entire spectrum is visible to us.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so
Sharmila.
much, Sharmila. And first of all, let me just share a little bit story about, I would always call it as a young lady because she's always young at heart. So her story starts when she was actually 6 years old, 5.5 years old, bubbly girl moving and running around in the house and suddenly find herself on a hospital bed and finding her half body paralyzed. That's how her journey started off with this entire aspect of accessibility or disability. It took almost, I think, 18 to 20 years for her to really recover from all of that, including her eyesight, her paralysis and things. Eventually left her with still a spastic hand and a little speech impairment. Fortunately, and of course, that is most of the way that her brain remained intact, and she has been probably using that for the last 30-35 years now. She has got an immense good experience in IT operations and worked with large corporates. The last when I met Sharmila in 2013 was in SR, and that's where she was leading it as vice president of IT systems.
Wow.
So, and I actually happened to meet her again in 2017 for one of a specially abled child who was having a cerebral palsy. And I was looking for some support that how we could help that person to become a self-sustainable or basically start something of their own, of his own income. And that's where we were working with him for almost 3 months. And eventually we could get him some work sitting at home. And his father was pretty okay, pretty happy. One of the surprise which I had and which Sharmila later on told me is pretty common is that the acceptance of these children by the society, by their own parents. So what used to happen is that with this situation, with this particular child, his mother also was not coming closer to him. Because she used to feel he was 25 years old, and she used to feel that he's getting older and he may have some those adult needs of his.
Right.
And while he's hugging her, the hug was pretty neutral, but her mother was not comfortable. And this situation is actually Sharmila has also would have faced in her lifespan. Fortunately, her family was supportive. She got good education. She got good colleagues in the society. And she's still supporting her parents. And that's where when we were talking about this problem as a whole, she got incubated at IIM Bangalore and AIC Niti Aayog, where she started building up a community to support persons with disabilities and senior citizens as a specific requirement, because they are also at a higher risk. And that's where the another segment carved out. for us. And I'll talk about that little bit. So I think, Daman, you wanted me to kind of put up a presentation. So I
Yes.
thought rather than a presentation, I'll just give you a brief structure so that it
Yes.
becomes clear to everybody in a better sense. The rest I can
Yes.
definitely talk about it.
Yes, again,
Uh,
about 10 minutes, Anshav, so that we leave some time for
I'll
questions.
take
We
just
can-
5 minutes. I'll
Great.
just take 5 minutes. Right. So this is what I think we have already, I've shared you about the MBA for Kids program. We have spoken about the corporate grooming program. We have another program as, as part of our 3E's network, or the concept is the entrepreneurship, where we focusing on making businesses investable, sustainable, and profitable. And there we run our programs called Virtual CEO Leadership Coaching Program using our Design Your Unicorn proprietary methodology. We have helped, as I said, 5,000 plus entrepreneurs last year. This year, we are targeting to reach out to 25,000 plus entrepreneurs and supporting them on various aspects.
Anshav, we can't hear you. Connectivity, perhaps the challenge. Can't hear you. Anshav, can't hear you.
Am I audible
No,
now?
yes.
Okay. Okay, so really sorry for this inconvenience.
It can happen.
Now, this is where I run an entrepreneur hour. If you know any entrepreneur anywhere across the globe, please connect them with me. I will want to hear their problems. I want to work with them, help them to make their businesses investable, sustainable, and profitable. It's an absolutely free service which I give, which I'm giving it back to the society to bring in more and more entrepreneurs out there. If you want to, I can share that Telegram link with you, Daman, and you may probably share it with everybody out there.
Okay.
Which can be beneficial for everybody, or I am available at LinkedIn. You can just tag me, anybody on LinkedIn, and I can share those details.
Right.
And how I can support entrepreneurs, because I didn't have support when I wanted to. So that is one area where I work. I am building up a community of mentors under a brand called Top 100 Mentors Club, where we focus working with trainers, mentors, coaches, and consultants to digitize and monetize their expertise into a more recurring income or a passive income model. That's where one of the the aspect is what we are working upon. As I mentioned about, there are other segments of persons with disabilities, women, and school dropouts, which we are currently working under the initiative of Vardhan for You. Vardhan for You, Sharmila is the managing director and leading this initiative for this particular initiative, wherein currently we are providing home care services for persons with disabilities and senior citizens. Which is under a brand called AbleCart, which is an e-commerce platform wherein they will get all sort of services and products related to a disability, person with disabilities and senior citizens. Sharmila is also working on working with women, training them on the various aspects of emotional and diet counseling, making them angels, and they work as a virtual counselors to support these individuals. There are another segment which is very in a different situation today, which are school or college dropouts. So we provide them a vocational nursing training, make them a professional home care certified professionals, and eventually they work as on-site support for our senior citizens and persons with disabilities. So that's how this entire organization at Vardhan for You, what Sharmila is working upon to make sure that the segments which are completely untouched or having not much support, she's taking care of these three particular segments at Vardhan for You. So that's a little bit about us, what we are working upon. And what we are looking at by when we say about transforming 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses and 100 unicorns. Now we will require funds for this entire, we will have to infuse funds into this. Now, I have recently got to know that Reliance Industries, which is world's largest company right now, Reliance itself is planning to have a $5 trillion company itself. Forget about having India as a $5 trillion economy. They themselves are trying to become a $5 trillion company.
Good.
Now, they have infused a huge amount of funds right now into the ecosystem, and it's required. It's required. We have to reach out to the masses. So that's where we are working upon in infusing this fund. If you know anybody who could contribute towards initiative as an Avenger, I call all of you as an Avenger, because we need Avengers to solve the future crisis of the country, which I call it as a skills crisis. We will require Avengers in three forms. One, we will need entrepreneurs who will develop and create more and more jobs. We will require investors who will invest in small businesses and startups so that these entrepreneurs can create more and more jobs. And we require mentors who can support the education and employment segment and even the entrepreneurs to guide them and nurture them towards a more self-sustainable economy. So anybody, if you know them, please connect it with me. We'll be very soon opening up our platform at bringleglobal.com, wherein you will be able to share your Avenger, being an entrepreneur, investor, or mentor. So with this, I'll just take a little pause out here and would like to open the floor for the questions.
Thank you very much, Anshav. Can you unshare your screen? I think yes. Great. Yes. So all who have taken time to join us this evening, to me, I'm repeating, I believe this is the best I could have got on my birthday, that we are talking about society, doing little for society. So thanks to you all for joining. Thanks to Anshav and Sharmila, you have spoken, both of you. Any questions now? One number that I got, and before I go to that number, why, how me? I'm repeating, somehow I can't recollect how, but this idea came to me. I liked it. I'm committed to this. I am in this program as a principal mentor. And as Anshav has said, there are three different possibilities in the program. Nothing else. Please talk to us. Please let us know if any flaws, any improvements to be done. Please spread the word. We need how many, Anshav? 100,000 is one number that I got.
Yes, so 100,000 Avengers are we are looking at, because to reach out to 1 billion lives, we will require at least those numbers.
Anshav alone will not be able to do. Anshav, Sharmila will not be able to do. 3 or 4 of 20 of us won't be able to do. We need 100,000 of us together. Any questions now? Anshav will be happy to take any questions. Any views, any feedback also is welcome. My request is please switch on the cameras if you don't mind and speak directly. Otherwise, you may like to type in also. I'm monitoring the chat box also.
So Daman, there is a question to you, I think, from Cheryl.
All right, sorry. Yes, I missed. Yes. Okay. Are you offering mentorship? I believe, Anshav, you will be able to answer that better than me. But first, I'll say yes, I am one of the principal mentors in this program. So I believe the answer is yes. But Anshav may like to elaborate on that.
Yes, thank you so much, Daman. Cheryl, just to give you a background, we are looking for people who are more giver mindset. Okay, this work is more or less voluntarily initially. We want to create more and more value. I am doing lot of mentoring completely free. And I feel that it is a way to give it back to the society. We are not doing it for money out here. Money will come as a byproduct that will eventually will come. That's not the point. The point here is how to reach out to the entire nation. We will require Avengers, not only in the form of the active doers like your mentors, investors or entrepreneurs, but also there could be some people who would like to promote this concept. You are still an Avenger.
Yeah.
You may not want to contribute because of your time limitations, but you can still promote this initiative and bring people who are ready to come as with their giver mindset. It is very important for us. And the reason why we always talk about making it as a focused aspect of it, we want to bring people into the ecosystem at a core team level. So we have divided this entire initiative of Avengers. I'm specifically focusing on mentors right now. Mentors, Avengers who are mentors. Okay, in 3 segments right now, depending on their availability of time. It's a voluntarily service, so we don't want to pressurize anybody. One is the core team. The core team responsibility would be a little more responsibility. They might be spending 4, 5, 6 hours every day to work on this initiative in different forms or the other. Their main responsibility would be to reach out to the other people, reaching out to various colleges, schools, and have this 1 million students getting trained on various different aspects, either on the school beyond academics module or the college's employability index module. So this is what one of the major work which would do at the core team level. And all the complete core team are going to be committed over there. And as I said, it's a voluntarily work. So it is not this is not something which I want to push somebody. I cannot get 100,000 employees. It is impossible.
Yeah.
Second, even if I get them on board, I can't excite them to work towards society. They are working only for money. And I can't afford to work with people who are working here for money. They have to work towards giving it free to the society, giving it back to the society as a voluntarily service.
Yeah.
And second type of team, which is like people like Daman, who are part of my principal mentors team, who are also the promoters of this entire initiative. They are focusing more on supporting the content development. What should be the aspects, which we should be developing in this education and employment or entrepreneurship domain, basis on their expertise. So like Daman would have a certain expertise. And if you're talking about developing 175 plus modules in a corporate grooming program, we will require so many mentors to really develop that content. Once those people come, once those 1 million student comes in, they need to be trained. They need to be mentored, and we need a content for that. We will be providing a complete learning management system, gamification platforms, or any other technology platform to support for the same. We will leverage our Bringle Blended Learnings platform, a platform on that. But these people will be working on that. The third set of people would be there who are probably not having time right now, and they just want to be there to train. And they can contribute 2 hours, 3 hours per week. But they will just come and train. They will not have a time in strategy. They will not have a time in content development. They may not have time because they might be busy, but they can come and contribute and deliver value by mentoring them, training them. So I think that is the another set of people. You are free to decide how many hours you would like to do. You can spend on this activity. There is no force because this is a completely voluntarily activity. It's an effort to give it back to the society and make our India as a self-sustainable economy. It's a futuristic view. It's not just 1 year, 2 years view. It's a 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years view we are talking about. 100 years mission. So that's what I think I would like to, I wanted to answer that thing. And Daman, I'm really proud and happy to have you on board as a principal mentors group. I understand your limitations of time, but I am really thankful and I really, appreciate your commitment towards this initiative and
I'm
the way
happy.
you are spreading the word around. Really, really commendable. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Anshaf. As I said, I'll repeat, you have said this couple of times. This is for the country that we are willing to do. That's all.
Absolutely.
That's the biggest
Absolutely.
motivation. That's the driver behind it for me. And I look forward to 100,000 people. More than that, I think perhaps we need millions to transfer billion lives.
Absolutely.
It's a journey of transformation. No 2, 3, 10, 20 people can do it. We all will have to do together. I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Venkatesh. I think you are mentioning about supporting at Coimbatore. Daman, if you could set up a separate call, I would really want to know how we could take that forward.
Yes. We were speaking to him before the session started. Actually, some of us had joined in early. Within those few minutes, actually, he had said, I could see his commitment, and I said, yes, thank you very much. We'll be in touch with him for sure.
Sure, definitely. Great. Any other questions? If our pleasure, Venkatesh, and I think we will really want to work. Coimbatore is definitely one of the place where we should leverage, with this huge talent out there. There's huge talent.
In the meanwhile, may I request everyone to switch on the cameras, please? I would like to take a photograph also. And I hope you wouldn't mind if we share on LinkedIn also. So if everyone can switch on cameras, that'll be great. And
okay, so I think while you do take the photograph, I also would wanted Akshay to kind of speak a little bit about his experience.
Yes, please, Akshay, go ahead. Yes,
Pringle, and there's a
yourself.
part of a core team, and is actually doing a lot of good work with us, and we are looking forward for a really long association. So welcome, Akshay. Thank you for joining, and would like to know your thoughts as well.
Thanks, Anshaf. Thanks, Daman. This is quite an august gathering with people from all across the world, right? I wanted to welcome all of you to working towards the cause, and obviously it's been a cause that has been driving me personally also for some years. And so when Anshaf brought this forward, I wanted to be associated. So we've been working on various angles of how we can make this work for the past 2 months. And I'm part of the core team, and we've been working on trying to get colleges on board, trying to get mentors on board, trying to get facilitate all of them to try and bring them onto a platform which will be helpful in creating content, which will be essential for our free sessions, and eventually trying to make sure that we create employable youth. So it's very interesting to see that a lot of new people want to get associated with the cause, and it's great work. And now I look forward to getting associated with all of you personally also, and especially also in the future, to see how we can work together and try and create a more sustainable platform where all of us get benefited in some way or the other. So welcome aboard, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ansh.
Thank you.
Akshay, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Any questions or any views? You are live. Cameras are on. We appreciate that. Anyone who would like to speak? We have a few minutes to go.
Good evening, everybody. I'm a naval veteran. and I got this link through my colleague, Professor Kaul from
Oh,
IIT Delhi.
great.
I am ex-IIT Delhi myself, and I am basically a technical person, and I am here to help anybody on technology, all voluntary basis.
Great.
Anybody need any help in the naval technology domain, in R&D, in production? I was chairman of Hindustan Shipyard, so
All right.
a lot of background.
Very
Anybody
interesting.
needs any help, most welcome.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much,
that.
Naresh ji. It is a really pleasure to have you here and speaking to you. Thanks for your offering for the help. Daman, I would really want to have a one-on-one conversation with Naresh ji sometime, because coming from, I have a big respect for the people who have kind of got a background of army or a defense or a navy, those kind of things. Now the kind of discipline which they bring in onto the system and the experience which Naresh ji has it as being a chairman of such a reputable organization. I think our youth requires that.
Yes.
And I
Definitely.
always have a belief, and this is what I always say that, and is that we all have to go from this world one day.
Yeah.
The only thing which is going to left on here is that we have taken something from the society. We have done something for the country, company where we were working. How can we leave a legacy behind when we are not here? And I think there cannot be a better legacy than having a future ready children and our employable youth who will
Exactly.
remember that, okay, there was a person called ABC. I'm not naming anybody because it's a community right now. It's not one person. And how that person has transformed my life. I was just clueless what needs to be done. I told you, I shared my story, and each of you would have your own stories. I'm sure everybody has it, right?
Yep.
The point is that how we can make sure that it does not happen with others, the children, the youth.
Yeah.
Because it's not 1 or 2 years. As I said, it's about next 100 or 1,000 years we're talking about. And we have to build it up into a system. So at Bringle, we are trying to create an ecosystem with lot of, and I think Naresh, I will require your support in technology especially, because we are looking at building up a platform which is basically using a lot of hardware and robots and things, so that it can reach out to the masses at a much more affordable pricing.
Sure,
That
sure.
is what
Right.
our
Great.
own whole mission is. Because
I will.
today, whatever said and done, 70% of our rural population, 70% of our population which is living in rural or tribal areas, they do not have access to the good education.
Yep.
Anshav, I'll
They
arrange
still
that for
don't
sure.
know how to get
Yes.
into jobs.
I will arrange the meeting for sure. Yes. Great. Thanks. We
Okay.
just closing the time. Cheryl, you stayed for full session. If you would like to speak few words, highly appreciated.
I am Cheryl and I'm located in Barbados. So I am glad for the opportunity that Damon provided to share with you. I think it's a very good global initiative. That's why I wanted to hear what you guys were doing, because it has a global impact for all of us.
Exactly.
And our youth definitely are the ones who are going to lead us going forward. So we have to be there to be able to find out what we can do to help support them during these times. So I think it's a very good initiative, and any way I can help and contribute, count on me.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. I just missed out which part you're based out at?
Barbados.
Barbados.
Barbados. Okay. So we will definitely talk about it. There are, as I said, it's a global mission. I am currently focusing, being an Indian, I'm kind of keeping my, using my face as an Indian community, but we have, different ambassadors in different countries today. So we have an African ambassador, we have an Australian ambassador, we have a American ambassador, France ambassador, and things like that. So I think we would want to work in different countries, and we can replicate this initiative in any part of the world. So if you think that we could you could support in any part of the world, we will want to have a call with you as well. And of course, we'll need your support to work towards India's
Maybe we can have a Caribbean connection.
Yes.
as opposed to a Barbados connection, a Caribbean connection. Yes.
Yes.
Sure. I'll be happy. I'll be glad to talk about it.
Great.
Sure.
So thank you very much, Cheryl. Thanks everyone. This is the best I could have expected on my birthday. I'm at loss of words to say or to express my feelings. The best birthday, I believe. 57th for me, but the best, I believe. So thank you very
Happy
much.
birthday, Daman.
You,
Happy
thank you very
birthday.
much.
A very, very
You
happy birthday
all-
once again.
Thank you.
Daman.
You.
Thank
Daman,
you.
Daman, happy birthday and welcome to the 57th club.
Thank you very much.
joined it last week.
All right, great. So similar reciprocations to you also, Sharmila. Thank you very much once again. You all have my contacts. Please feel free to write to me. Any questions for me or any questions for Anshar, we will be happy to get back to you. And expectation request is please help us to spread the word.
Will do.
Thank you. All the
Thank you very
best.
much.
Thank you so
Stay
much.
safe, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining.
Enjoy
My
your
pleasure.
day, please. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks.